It allows us to spend more time planning. It allows us to spend more time looking at how we're going to go about doing the work. So getting in earlier on, you can make much bigger savings and methodology changes than being approached later. When developing temporary work schemes for a basement, what we see is there's a real focus on getting the kit in and getting to the bottom of the dig as quick as possible. But not enough energy is often given to looking at how the structure is going to come back out the ground afterwards and how that interacts with your temporary works. How the contractors want to go about building it. They need to think about where they're going to build up to, where their joints are going to go. They want to know about clashes for the things coming out the ground again. Structures can be buildable. Often there's quite a lot of leeway where you can put your temporary works in and you can still build a structure. But if you're planning that in advance, you can make contractors' life much easier, and the guys on site have a much easier time building what's coming out the ground. It's important to realise that early engagement doesn't just mean starting the same work a bit earlier. Involving our team early allows us to provide our own insights and apply our own expertise. It's more than just temporary propping, it's the methodologies and approaches to construction. It's combining all the full offerings that concrete can give to a construction site with earthworks, construction machinery and bespoke manufacturing, working alongside our temporary propping. Something that's important to me is challenging the assumptions on how we do things. Many projects start with an idea of how something should be done, how we're going to build something. That idea may be developed as a project moves along, but at some point it becomes quite fixed and it gets passed on from person to person, and people stop questioning how should we do it. They start going, well, this is how everyone said it's going to be done. A fresh pair of eyes to challenge that and say, actually, there is another way of doing this and here's what it looks like. That's the real benefit of getting them at early engagement. The starting point for all designs is that they must be safe and they must be fit for purpose. That's the absolute minimum. We then start asking, what are the project's key objectives? What does a successful project look like to our clients? How can we then incorporate principles of buildability, sustainability and efficiency to provide a better design that still meets their objectives? Being a supplier as well, once we start working with project teams and contractors, what we also find is that there are usually other areas, either design or equipment related, where we can add value to a project and provide an even greater benefit. All our basement schemes are modelled within a BIM environment, right from tender. It's incorporating any existing structures, our temporary works, and then the new structures being built. This allows us to discuss concepts with all the complexities in there, and we can do it interactively with our clients. In meetings, we can live go and walk around the model and see what's going to be there and how you might go around building it. It allows us to detect clashes and thoroughly assess the installation and removal process. The same BIM technology we use for that then feeds right through the design process, right down to picking equipment from the yards. So we're ensuring the parts we use in our design are the exact parts that we show on our drawings, and that all feeds right through to the yards. They're picking the right equipment off the shelves to be delivered to site. Once we have the design information captured within that BIM environment, we're able to present it in different ways that suit the people who need to be using it. Now, for our clients, when we look at a scheme and we value engineer it, what that means for them is there's a cost saving, not hiring the equipment. There's a program saving where they don't need to spend time putting that equipment in. And also they're not having to do storage, manual handling, lifting it around. And as long as the design's still safe, there's no reason not to go and push those ideas.